Hi, and welcome to. Well, I am almost done from my Global Foundation pop. It was a hit. I had a lot of fun, and a lot of participants had a lot of fun too. We had not just the class, we had blast. Like, there was so much of healing happening, so much of shifting happening, and so much of fun happening. And how does it truly get even better than this? So I was on my way back, and commitment is commitment. So I just parked my car and to make this Facebook live, because by the time I'm gonna go reach my office or my home, it's gonna be more than 7. So yeah, so this is really working up to stretch myself to make this video before 7 o'clock. And also a lot of thanks to my angels who remind me right at 6 that it's time for my Facebook live. So and let's talk about this today. I have done so many modalities in that process of working on myself, and in a lot of them we used to talk about having accountability partners in our life. So I think this is very important tool that I also have. There's if I haven't, I will definitely put this as a chapter in the book, Tame the Lion too. That, like for a lot of us, what happens is the minute we get married, we conclude that our spouse is supposed to be everything for us. And how we call the spouse names like partner for life, etc., etc. So everywhere you have concluded that your spouse is your partner for everything. Would you like to let that go? And if you want a reason and justification or a valid proof, why? So I'm sure some of you would go in your head, why, Shree? Why are you asking us to not make our spouse significant? How much in this reality we have been told that your partner, and it's not only for women, it's for men too. We've been told that our partner is the significant other. So what if your partner is not the significant other? What if it is the insignificant other? What if you can have so many other as well in your life? So my interesting point of view is that when you're married, there is an unsaid agreement between two people that they will not have sex with anyone else. Like, that's what the marriage is meant to be like in this reality, that they are committed to each other sexually. And for a lot of us, we lump it in so many other ways. Like we take it from if you tap into it, that must have come up from creating ease for people too. When there are no agreements and when there are no said or unsaid promises like these, that must have created a lot of chaos or confusion or whatever. And what contribution does this be like for relationship when people do not come from the space of being stuck together, and rather they are rejoicing the space of being committed together? So let me just explain this a little bit more. So when I do counseling and coaching and whatever work I do, like I would say facilitation rather, when I facilitate people and especially couples, many times what happens is it all started from the point of view when one of them started becoming possessive about the other person, because that person who had started becoming possessive about the other person was implanted with the point of view that now when we are married, he or she is not supposed to talk to anyone, is not supposed to other than me, and especially the opposite sex is not supposed to go anywhere without my permission, etc., etc. Now, all of that is actually not love and caring. All of that is not commitment and not trust for sure. It is all, my interesting point of view is only the person who would himself or herself have trust issues will have a point of view like that, right? And So what needs to be done is to be worked upon the trust issue of the person who is not trusting. And many times the person who is not trusting becomes very righteous about his way of being, like if he's being possessive, if he's being doubtful, etc., etc. He's right, he's got validation for it, etc., etc. However, what if we can have relationships based on trust, where we just know that this part of our life is sorted, like there is no more proving, there is no more explaining, no more permitting or seeking permission, etc., etc. And because there is so much of trust and honor and allowance in the relationship, both of them can go out in the world and create more. What would it take for us to have relationships like that on the planet Earth? So, and it is nobody's fault, we lot of time through the movies, through TV serials, through relationship that we have seen when we were growing up in the childhood, we unknowingly buy the point of view that the relationship means owning the other person. The relationship means blah 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 blah, whatever the definition of this reality is about a relationship. If the girl is in relationship with me, she's not supposed to talk to anyone, etc., etc. What if all that we were told relationship may not be your relationship? What if each one of us can recreate our relationship the way we would like to create it? What if, partners can actually communicate with each other without judging each other and create new rules of their life, right? So what would that be like if, so if you're watching this and if you're married, how about doing something special for your spouse today? And if you're a woman, please do not wait for your man to take you on a date. Why not you take him on a date? Why do we have to expect men to do things like gifting a chocolate or giving us a rose or buying us a gift or taking us out for a dinner? Why don't we do it for them? Like, men would like to have some caring too. Why don't we pamper them, give them probably a foot massage or a body massage or a shoulder rub, or maybe because I love giving access bars and my partner is love receiving access bars, and it is such nurturing, so whatever it is nurturing, discover what is nurturing for your life partner. That's what we call it in this reality. Discover what is nurturing for your lover and your spouse or your spouse, and be that for that person. What if relationship is 100% you, and when you have that expectation without communicating it, that is what creates a very weird energy around the relationship, and that is when the whole things start going out of proportion, and when marriages break down, it just doesn't happen in a day. It takes years of dishonoring your own self in that relationship, first of all, and then years of dishonoring the other person. So today, my question is, are you honoring your partner? And what would honoring your partner be like? Like, have you even included each other in your relationship, or are you buying the point of view of this reality about what relationship is? How many, for so many of us, we have bought the point of view of this reality. You know, when we are growing up, when we are about to get married, people start telling us about what your marriage will be like, what is marriage in this reality like, whatever. And all of those implant, trust me, do affect your married life. So what if today you choose to listen to your own self and not listen to anyone else when it comes to managing your relationship, even if it is your own parents, you know? And first of all, the question is, are you really committed to your relationship? Because you will not make it happen if you are not really committed to it. You know, I mean, if one of my mentor, he used to say, you will win whichever game you are playing, girl. Be very sure about the game you are playing. So guys, when it comes to your relationships, be brutally honest with yourself. Are you playing the game to prove how pathetic your relationship is? To prove how terrible guy or girl you have gotten married to? Or are you playing the game to prove or to create the joy, the love, the freedom in your relationship? And also start being what you are expecting in the relationship. You know, the funny thing is, the other person, I won't even say may not, many times does not even know what you're expecting from them. And you may be expecting it since years without communicating it to them, hoping and thinking that they might be antaryami, too psychic, they should get to know. Obviously, it is so obvious. Nothing is obvious. So, you know, so everywhere, anything you are making obvious in your life, just let go of that. That is the lie. Lie, bust the lie. So that is the lie you're buying, that it is obvious. What if nothing is obvious in the world? And everybody have their own, you know, their own past, their own points of view, their own belief system, their own experiences. You cannot expect the other person think the way you think, get you, understand you, or get your point of view or understand your point of view until you communicate it to them. So how would it be like for us to be the communication that we refuse to be in our relationship? And how would that be like, you know, if we would start being that communication? If we can just first of all cancel all our point of view about the relationship, the insignificant specific relationship, especially when it comes to your lover, your spouse, your partner, especially with them. Many times we start thinking stuff, we start creating stories in our head, and a lot of people on the planet start believing that what they have thought in their head has already happened. And they start getting upset with the person for what they have assumed the person would do, while the other person does not even know the whole story that is going on in the head. Now everywhere you have been head tripping, would you like to let that go? And head tripping is really one thing, guys. Our brain is designed to immediately go to conclusion, and it is designed to keep you safe in this reality. And one of the ways it does it is to keep you in the safe zone, keep you in the zone in which you have had experiences in this life or any other past life in which you were safe, which means it will make sure, it will put all its best efforts to not let you do something that you haven't done yet, right? It will not let you take the risk. It will not let you go out of the comfort zone. It will not let you say something you haven't yet said. And if you would like to live a phenomenal life, you got to go beyond your brain. You know, when that voice in your head tells you he's gonna ditch on you or whatever, ask questions around it. Do not conclude it. Sometimes people may be going around with their problems and not with a person, you know. Like with so many clients of mine who came to me for their business issues and their money issues. There is another book. I mean, I was recently having this thought to get to, you know, of writing a book that, like, my husband is having an extramarital affair with his finances or with his debts, because a lot of time men in this reality have been told that their job is to take care of the family and provide the livelihood, and if they are not able to do it according to their own definition, by the way, they start judging themselves and they start making themselves so wrong, and they don't like sharing their problems with others because their job is to solve the problems and not give the problem, and that just start taking over them so much that they stop participating in home. And when there are people at home who are nagging and complaining and not being the space of listening, they just start being absent more and more. And when they start being absent more and more, usually the easiest conclusion for people to have is that he may be having an extramarital affair. Why is he not interested in me anymore? Etc. etc. Now, what if it's not personal? You know, what would it take for us to actually, you know, let go of our belief systems, our points of view, our own insecurities about the relationship and about our own self, just drop them for a while and be with the person with no point of view. And trust me, if you can be with someone without any point of view of yours, or rather just being in allowance of them having whatever point of view they choose to have, that is the biggest gift you can be to someone. You know, that you have no point of view about whatever he or she says, and you are in total allowance and you are in no judgment at all. And when you start being that is when the other person can trust you to be themselves with you. And it's such a gift, you know, because they have been judged all their life, haven't you? And this is one big thing that I do when I'm facilitating people, because when I facilitate people, all I do is, like, thanks to Access, my points of view and my judgments have dropped drastically about so many things. And when I provide that space of listening to my participants with no judgment, that itself creates the healing, you know, that itself just dissipates the points of view around guilt and shame and blame and trauma, etc., etc. And I'm just inviting you to be that space for people in your life. Like, if we can be that space with the kids, if we can be that space with our parents, you know, everything that brings up, right, wrong. So now, what would it take for us to be that space with our partners, with our lovers, our spouses, etc.? Awesome. So I know there are a lot of people watching this. Vinod, Archana, Bhakti. Hi Bhakti, how are you doing, sweetheart? Jitha, Charu. Hi Charu, I'm coming to Jaipur soon for sure. Monica, see you soon, Monica. Snizana. Oh, I can't pronounce your name, sorry. Sunil, Varun. Hi Varun. Syed, Prince, Neha, Gitanjali, Dinesh. Hi Dineshi, कैसे हैं आप? Anju Kapoor, hi Anju. Nidhi, hi Nidhi, how are you doing, sweetheart? Nilima, hi Nilima, long time. Karuna. Lima. I can see Lima, but I can't pronounce the first name. So sorry. Hi Uma, how are you doing, dude? I am gonna be coming to Mumbai in April for sure. So see you guys in Mumbai soon. How does it get even better? So I think that's all from my side on this Facebook Live today. And I've got a long drive home back home, and I'm driving myself. Sometimes I like driving. And yeah, is there any question you guys have? Since past 2-3 days there are very less questions coming in. I mean, when I just started up with these Facebook Live, there was this bombardment of questions and things that came up. And yeah, there are a lot of questions that I have been getting around sex. Like a lot of women texted me that, you know, that element of intimacy. And you know, like, what if you are actually defining it as sex? That's what in this reality relationship is about. And what if it is actually the element of intimacy that is there? Hi Sandhya. So you know, like, guys, the element of intimacy actually has a lot of elements in it that I definitely cannot probably, or would not prefer to talk about over the Facebook Live. We can probably do a webinar or a seminar around it. I for sure do the online program called Tame the Lion, which is all about creating intimacy in your relationship. So if any of the women have those questions around it, if you would like to learn how to create intimacy in your relationship, if that's not there anymore. Thank you so much, Charu. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know I'm crazy. I wondered the way I think. I mean, I used to think everybody thinks like this, but then, I mean, Access made me present to that. No. So that's how it is, you know. Now, what would it take for us to have that intimacy in our relationship? And first of all, I wonder what intimacy truly is. What if it is just not about the physical aspect of it? What if it is actually about the energy aspect of it? And would allowance create intimacy? Can you really get intimate if you are not in allowance, right? And what would allowance be like? If you would like to know what the allowance be like, you know, find out your nearest Access Bars facilitator and go and do the bars class. I am telling you guys, it is the need of the hour. I have had phase in my life where I was totally just ready to kill myself. And I owe this to Access. That, you know, like, Access made me live. Yeah. So, and it just not made me live. It made me to live fully. You know, it made me to not just survive. It made me to thrive. And how does it get even better? So find out someone who can run your bars. If you haven't experienced yet, get your bars run. And today, receive your partner. You know, just get present to everywhere you are judging your partner, and then cancel in your head all of those judgment. What if your point of view, your thoughts are creating the vibration which is traveling to people in your life and is creating them that way? You know, and if you can change your point of view and recreate a new point of view, the way you would like them to show up in your life, what would that be like? So start experimenting with it, start observing it, start practicing it, and then please do share your feedback with me. A lot of my friends, a lot of viewers have sent me messenger messages and personal messages on WhatsApp mentioning that they did some technique that I asked them to do, like Nidhi was mentioning that day about Ho'oponopono, and it worked so well. And then there were other people who texted me about, They did the put on paper exercise, and it just created a space for them. They just started feeling lighter, and they started becoming more focused. And how does it get even better? So I just felt like sharing with you the wonderful things. Hi Anu, how are you doing? I'm just getting back to you, girl. So yeah, so I got to go back to Anu, Shree, my girlfriend for today, and Rabia. So thank you so much for listening, watching, loving, and sharing. I'm gonna get back to you guys tomorrow. There's just the light stuff here because it's dark now, and there's just one lamp up there that's providing the light to me, and I cannot, because I'm at Cyber Hub, so I cannot go outside my car as they are celebrating. I won't even call it a celebration, it looks very boring, but they're doing something around the Valentine's Day, and it's very noisy. So my car seemed to be the only quiet place for me to do this Facebook Live. And yep, maybe that's the reason I was avoiding doing these Facebook Live, because it takes a commitment. It is a commitment where a lot of time I got to manage things around coming on the Facebook Live. Thank you so much, Charu. Thank you so much. I think it when I get messages like these, it just makes my day. Thanks a lot. So thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.